Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good afternoon, I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Joshua Franson. Had some rain this morning and that has since moved out, mainly just left with the clouds for today, but we're finally going to see a break from that pattern, but it comes with some caveats and we'll get into it in a second here. Winds today out of the north, a little bit breezy at about 10 to 15 miles an hour, gusting to 25. Shifting out of the northeast tonight, remaining breezy before shifting out of the east tomorrow and being a little bit calmer. You'll still feel the wind, but we'll also be a little bit warmer tomorrow than we are today. So rain moves on out. We're left pretty much mostly cloudy heading into the afternoon. If you're lucky, you might receive a peak of sunshine. Areas that do receive a peak of sunshine, especially southern areas, you'll get into the 60s today and sit a little bit warmer, but areas further off to the north won't be due to the persistent cloud cover. Now as we head into the evening hours, we'll see those clouds recede southward and begin to break apart. Temperatures will fall off into the 30s and 40s tonight with that clear skies. So keep in mind it might feel a little bit chilly tonight, especially with the winds remaining breezy. Into the day tomorrow, pretty much remaining mostly sunny throughout the day. Not really seeing that many clouds in the forecast. It will be a seasonal day. Temperatures hanging out in the 60s. But for today, sitting in the 50s to the 60s, areas northward remaining cooler due to that cloud cover, and well, it will be a sort of gloomier day, but it will make way for a nicer day tomorrow after the clouds recede tonight. Temperatures hanging out in the 30s to lower 40s further off to the south. Tomorrow, we're seeing temperatures across the board in the 60s. Areas southward once again remaining just a little bit warmer, but plenty of sunshine out there with an easterly breeze. Further ahead, Sunday, we start to see that warm weather kick back in, but the pattern's not going to last forever. We'll see temperatures get into the 70s on Sunday. It'll also be windy out of the southeast before eventually we get into the 80s Monday with winds out of the south, about 25 miles an hour and gusting up to 35 miles an hour. But notice that shift between Monday and Tuesday. I always talk about this. The shifts out of the northwest and they remain strong and that temperature falls off quickly. We're going to see a storm system move through and it can bring some inclement weather. That will bring the end to this period of active rainfall we've been having, but it does include severe weather. We have a level 3 out of 5 risk as of now for severe weather on Monday, mainly for the late afternoon into the early evening and overnight hours. Now, this can still change as we get more data and the risk becomes a little bit more narrow, but as of now, it seems like all severe hazards are possible, and that is why we do have a yellow alert day in place for Monday for that late afternoon into the evening time frame. So make sure you have a way to receive alerts, whether that be the Storm Track 7 app, weather radio, or just watching your local broadcast media, as it will be quite the active day. But at least we'll see a little bit of rain out of it, around a quarter to a half of an inch across our area, and after this it seems like we'll finally start to see some breaks in the rainfall and have a little bit more sunshine across our area, a little bit more of that nice dry spring-like weather. Here's your city-by-city forecast. Saturday remaining mostly sunny and a little bit warmer. Then a chance for some isolated storms on Sunday as we warm up a bit. Not expecting any severe weather with that. But then as we head into Monday, there's that yellow alert day for the storms. Still many questions as well with how those storms are going to look, whether they'll be a little bit more isolated or if they'll move in on a line as a cold front moves in across our area. But we'll see temperatures afterwards fall off into the upper 60s, still be a little bit windy on Tuesday, then a nicer day Wednesday, sitting in the 70-degree territory with partly cloudy skies. Kick off May with a little bit of rain, and then we have a couple more dry days coming up for next weekend.